India. There's, in my opinion, nowhere quite like it. As my wife would say, you can spend an entire 3 weeks travelling in India and eat your way from one end to another. I love the smells of India, the vibrancy of India, but above all, I think what I love the most is the fact that, yes, you have a gigantic population of over 1 billion people, and yet living with them side by side, you have wildlife. You drive past a wheat field and there are huge nilgai, antelope wandering through the fields unmolested. Teeming wetlands. These geels, or in northeast India, beels, are some of the most exciting wetlands in the world. Big mammals, tigers, elephants, swamp deer, wild buffalo, and many endangered species such as black-necked stork, at the margins swamp francolin, Pallas's fish eagle, spot-billed pelican. The sense I have in India is that wherever you go, there are birds, there are other wildlife. The other thing is, wherever you go, particularly in the towns and villages, there is cricket, and I love cricket. Indians love cricket. Just to return to my original thesis about the smells of India, I love the food of India. It doesn't have to be too hot and spicy. It can be just superbly tasty. Right up into the northeast of India, to where it's really quite moist and tropical, and Kaziranga National Park, which is sometimes known as the Serengeti of Asia. I love Kaziranga. There's just something very, very special about it. It's fresh and emerald green, and on a good day in winter, you can see the towering Himalayas, snow-capped, rising to well over 8,000 metres in the not too far distance. Then there's, of course, the building built by a man for the love of his wife, the great, unmissable Taj Mahal. It literally brings tears to your eyes every time it's seen it, and I've seen it well over 20 times. Magical. And then will we have chances to see it in various different lights for the photographers amongst us, or those who are poets, at dawn and dusk and in the middle of the afternoon. And not far down the road is Bharatpur, truly one of the great bird sanctuaries of the world. It's where I first started my exploration of India. It's only 25 square kilometres in extent. We'll have trishaw rickshaws to take us around, and these guys are great fun, and they often know where stakeouts for owls are and all sorts of things. It's part of the fun of being at Bharatpur. And given that there's a lot of walking to do there, it's a nice way to get your gear carried around at very little expense and relatively little effort. We'll be travelling the entire transit from the far west of India, there amongst the sand dunes and hopefully the world's most endangered bustard, the great Indian bustard, which is down sadly to less than 200 birds. Coursers, a wonderful smattering of larks, some interesting chats, and this gorgeous vista of Jaisalmer rising from the desert on its rock. It's a citadel. It's beautifully fortified, and you walk in these streets where either side of the street leans in towards the other. It's part of the old Silk Route, and just life goes on. Brahmin cattle walk down the street. Women are wearing the most gorgeous saris. There's all sorts of things, all manner of things on sale at any one time, and it really does take you back in time. We'll also visit Falodi and Kichin for this phenomena of about 8,000 demoiselles congregating to feed in the backyard of this village where the villagers have fed them now for 30 or 40 years. And when they rise up into the air, there's this thrumming, and it creates an incredible vortex, truly one of the great sights and sounds of Asia. We'll also visit Corbett National Park, which is vast. Again, herds of Asian elephant. Great place to see big owls, both tawny and, if we're lucky, spot-bellied eagle owl. Tiger, good numbers there. for the conclusion of our trip, we'll climb up to Nainital, this old centre of British Rajdom in the hill foot of the Himalayas, in the northwestern Himalayas. And again, we should have good views of the snow-capped mountains, and we'll be introduced to an entirely new suite of birds. Lots of wonderful, colourful babblers, minivets, and a couple of very special pheasants. And that is it in a nutshell. I love India. There's just really nowhere like it. And, well, come and have a look at it. It's wonderful. Join Rick and I. We are going to have a lot of fun.